Right, and we're in lesson 30, Revelation, the most exciting action-packed book of the Bible. In Revelation 12:3 now, we're going to look at the dragon. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his heads. And so as we see the woman, a great red dragon appears. And of course he has 7 heads and 7 crowns and 10 horns upon this. Now this is where you get the description that people carry on about the devil today. Where he's got a tail and kind of horns and all, and a pitchfork in his hand or whatever is on there. This is symbolic of the devil, but that's not what the devil really looks like today. This is symbolic of the character of the devil. But what does the devil look like today? He is transformed as an angel of light. The devil is not out here in these cults of devil worshipers. They're trying to, they get that from here. And they're a monopoly devil. They're a counterfeit. They're not the real, that's not the real thing. The real devil is in the churches. And he's going to portray himself as the pastor of the church, an angel of light. His demons are not hideous things. They are transformed as ministers of light. Preachers, false teachers involved in that. And we ignore them thinking they're just kind of mixed up. They've caused more problems than we could ever begin to imagine in that. And what's going on in our churches and where the church is not effective as it should be. Man, one church could turn this world upside down for Christ. And we've got churches on every corner and run scared half the time because we're following the wrong teaching, that of the devil in that. But this is where they get that idea from, involved with that. Now, in chapter 12, we have a dragon which is trying to destroy a woman. This chapter, there are clues given as to who the woman is and who the dragon is, as well as his name. And so we're going to look at the clues, who is the dragon on there. Now, what color is the dragon?
Red.
Red. How many horns does the dragon have?
10.
Right. How many heads does the dragon have?
7.
And how many crowns does the dragon have?
7.
Now we'll get into the meaning of that later on in Revelation as we get further on down the chapters on it. But right now I'm just getting an idea and what is involved with this on there. All right, in verse 4, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. And so we find that a third part of the stars in heaven, now the stars are symbolic of the angels. This is where we get the idea that a third of the angelic host followed Satan. And so that comes from this right here, that particular teaching involved with that. How true that is or how accurate that is would be just a matter of what you might want to believe in that. Most scholars agree to that, and that a third of the angelic host followed the dragon. Now, an angel, and you need to go and take the study on angels, and that an angel has the ability to be visible or invisible. Each angel has his own body, a physical body that can be invisible or visible. If the angel wants to move this sheet of paper, then he must appear physically and pick it up and move it on there. Otherwise, an angel would just simply try to grab that and put his hand through the paper. And that might be in an invisible state with that. Now, whenever an angel appeared, Gabriel, you had Gabriel appear with Daniel, you had Gabriel appear with Zechariah in the New Testament, you had Gabriel appear with Mary, had the same body every time. Probably wore different clothing to match the style of whatever was in that. Of course, all angels are men. And there's no female angels in the group on that. Now, they can appear different. When these angels followed the devil, they became disembodied spirits. They cannot form a physical body anymore. Their bodies are gone, destroyed. Now, in order for them to move this, they've got to possess a physical body. That's what we call demon possession. They want to possess your body. Now, there's ways they can do that. They can trick you. They can persuade you that they'll give you great power. They will use other means. One of those that we call superstition. Have you ever knocked on wood for good luck? Don't do that. You might want to attend, think that's it. But when you go to do that for power, luck and all, you're not doing it. You're asking the demons to come in. You give them permission to. And that might not be your intention, but that's a law, just like the law of nature of God. Also, you've got drugs, alcohol, all of these things that lowers the resistance that you have to allow the demons to come in. Now, some bodies, I'm not talking about some body individual, some physical bodies will not tolerate a foreign spirit. If your body is of that nature and if healthy to that point or not healthy in that light or it cannot tolerate that, you'll have convulsions. Be almost like a person who has epilepsy, but those that have epilepsy are not possessed with the devil. Now understand that. But they act the same way, have the same features of body. The demons don't want that type of body. They can't use it. We have some illustrations of that in the New Testament. They want a body that will tolerate, physically can tolerate them and use them to do their work in this physical world. Now they can be cast out. Not by sprinkling water on them, not by doing a rain dance or anything else, or whatever else they might want to do in that. There's only one way you can cast a demon out, and that's by the blood of the Lamb. And so these group of stars, as we think of third angelic host, is trying to work, and they try to transfer them. They want to possess the body in a church. Why? What is the devil trying to be like? He wants to be God. And so he's going to be a counterfeit God. And that's why he's in the church. And trying to portray himself as God. And so his demons the same way. And so they possess those who would be involved with that. All right, that's just a little extra in the matter of this. And you need to get in the study of angels to deal with that. Now, how many stars of heaven did the tail of the dragon cast to the earth?
1/3.
1/3. Now, you remember when we were with the Lord of the Trumpets, you had 1/3 of the trees, 1/3 of the sea life, 1/3 and 1/3. That's what that's dealing with. Bringing judgment upon that 1/3 that followed the devil. All right, who was the dragon? Who did the dragon stand before? The woman. What did the dragon want to do to the child as soon as it was born? All right, to devour it. So in Revelation 12:5, and she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up into God and to his throne. And so the child was caught up unto God and to his throne. And the great dragon was cast out, the old serpent called the devil and Satan, and which deceived the whole world. He was cast out of the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So we find the dragon was known as that old
Serpent.
called the
devil,
and Satan. So we have identification. Now, when did this happen with the dragon trying to destroy the man-child? At the birth of Christ, Herod. The devil used Herod to try to destroy Jesus, and so on. That's in there. So now you see the picture. Now, a lot of people, as they're studying this portion of it, think this is going on during the tribulation period. No, this is identifying these two characters and some others that happens and what happens during the tribulation period on that. All right, any question or comment?